Good evening, my friends. Welcome to our Wednesday night live broadcast. And it's been roughly been 3 weeks. So when I got slammed with this Bell's palsy issue. And I'm pleased to say that I'm getting better. Life always hands you a couple of curves that you never thought about. Well, I'm glad you're here, and want to reach out to you tomorrow and get. Let me just unmute you for just a second. Will, I'm glad you're here. I'm going to give you a call tomorrow. We can set up what we had planned before I got hit with this thing.
Yeah, no worries, man. I'm just glad you're doing better, man. Just send you and Deb my love. I appreciate y'all so much. We'll talk tomorrow.
Absolutely. The thing is that you never know when something is going to come out of the woodwork and hit you with something. You got to be thankful for what you have. I appreciate all of the well wishes that I've gotten over the last 3 weeks, and I hope to next week be able to resume a more active schedule. We've started to add a couple of Ask Max sessions to the schedule, as well as some coaching sessions. It just talking just beats you up. And in any event, I wanted to hold this special session tonight because I know how important it is for all of you, especially considering that you've got 3 more full days until the end of the month. So I wanted to share with everybody the secret to closing your prospects before the end of the month. And I've had students that in the last 5 days of the month have rank advanced, have enrolled 8, 9, 10 people. And so tonight we're going to share with you some of the secrets on how they did it and how you can be doing it too. So let me just kind of scroll down and see who's here. Okay. Secret to closing your prospects before the end of the month. Now, we're broadcasting this on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and on YouTube. So we have a lot of people here that are listening to me for the first time. So let me just take a minute and explain to you all why you should be listening to me. In the 90s, I broke the code to a social network called America Online. I use your texting feature to develop a simple 4-step formula and script that helped me add thousands of like-minded network marketers into a business in 18 months. I've trained or shared the formula and scripts with hundreds of thousands of network marketers around the world who have in turn have trained and influenced the millions of people that they work with. My 4-step formula has been responsible for creating 2 generations of online 6, 7, and 8-figure earners, and it has helped transform the entire network marketing industry from a belly-to-belly, face-to-face industry to a virtual one. People started calling this the Max method years ago, and they now call me the father of social networking. Today, the fastest growing top earners in your business will tell you that they owe the success of my formula and scripts, and they teach them to everyone that comes into their business. As a result, they've got the fastest growing teams of excited distributors in their company. Everyone follows the formula and scripts because they enable them to enroll new distributors and customers into their business in less than an hour or 2 a day. The simplicity and ease of teaching this to everyone that comes into their business ensures immediate duplication, that drives excitement, motivation, and rapid rank advancement deeper into their organization. In 4 simple steps, everyone can create a page on Facebook and LinkedIn, instantly connect with perfect prospects, communicate with them at will, and close a sale in less than an hour a day, and then teach the steps to everyone that they bring into their business, and bada bing, bada boom, they become a top earner. So let's get into this. The secrets to closing your prospects before the end of the month. Now, for those of you that are students, for those of you that are in boot camp, you're going to have the background information for a lot of these things. For those of you that are watching this for the first time, you want the details of some of these strategies I'm sharing, I encourage you to register for my upcoming May boot camp, which starts on May the 12th. You could register today and you can start today. You don't have to wait until the 12th. The secret to closing more sales by the end of the month is only talk to qualified prospects about your business. You don't have time to fool around. Today and for the next 3 days, you want to slow down on reaching out to new people and focus on communicating and talking to the people that you're already connected to. In many cases, you can go back 6 months, 8 months, you could go back a year and find people that you're connected to on Facebook or LinkedIn, and you haven't talked to them. You're all going to be using the Socratic method of selling. It's a method of teaching or discussion used by Socrates in ancient Greece, in which you ask a series of easily answered questions to a prospect that inevitably leads them to the logical conclusion that they need what you're selling. Always respect your prospect. Help your prospect think. Help your prospect make decisions, and each question you ask prepares your prospect to say yes. Reduce or eliminate being rejected, and increase your conversion rates and your closing ratios when you're talking to the right people. Now, you're going to have many chances to tell people what you do as a natural part of your conversation with them over the next 3 days. But if it was going to cost you $500 every time you gave someone the link to your website, you would have to qualify them as a serious prospect first, or you'll go broke. You must follow my scripts. Ask your prospect questions to learn more about them, qualify them correctly, and you'll end up talking to more people about your business, and you'll close more sales. Now, network marketing sales paradigms are changing. The old school selling method of you have to go through 100 no's to get a yes is over. When you're talking to a prospect, every no is one step closer to a yes, so go for no. You don't have to go through 100 no's to get a yes, but this is what people are being taught. I may be completely off base here, but I'm just curious, do you keep your options open to making money? Would you be at all open to a side project if it didn't interfere with what you're currently doing? No biggie if not. I'm just throwing it out there. Now, on Facebook and LinkedIn, this is what people are being taught. So you're giving yourself an out. You know, I may be off base, I might be curious. This is not the approach you want to take with a prospect. When you're talking to somebody, you're talking to them because you know they need it. You know they want it. You know they could benefit from it. The single biggest mistake that network marketers make when talking to a prospect is they try to talk to them about their business before they know enough about the prospect, and they cause their own rejection. And yet millions, that's right, millions of network marketers are on LinkedIn doing exactly this. This may or may not be for you. Why would you say that? You're giving yourself, and you're giving them an excuse to say, you're right, it's not for me. Forget this. Go for no, go for yeah, go for no, go for no, go for no. Instead, the new school for network marketing. When it comes to selling, again, we don't have to go through 100 no's to get a yes. Instead, go for yes. If we're only talking to people that we know need what we have, want what we have, could benefit from what we have, there's no, this may or may not be for you. If I didn't think it was for you, I wouldn't be talking to you about it. I wouldn't be mentioning it. It changes the dynamic of every conversation you have with someone that you think is a prospect. A person's profile, their activity, and the answers to some simple questions provide you with enough information about them to know if they are a prospect. You don't have to talk to anybody about your business until you confirm that they need or want what you are selling. And when you're talking to people that you know need and want what you're selling, the whole thing changes. So let me start out by saying you can't fail. You can't fail. With unlimited prospects to talk to on LinkedIn and Facebook, and with continual practice, you simply can't fail. You're never going to run out of people to talk to. Your profile's content, your daily activity, and visible posts are going to position you to be perceived as an expert and an influencer by everyone that sees it. The secret to connecting with perfect prospects, attracting a constant flow of perfect prospects that easily convert to new business partners and customers, has to do with only three things: relationships, influence, conversation. Your ability to get people to talk to you, follow you, take action, and join your team revolves around everyone's perception of who you are based on the contents of your profile, what you're posting, and the conversations you have with them. Now, you can jump start a conversation with anybody that you're connected to. And it doesn't matter how long you've been connected. Or you can restart a conversation. Now, on a Monday, you can reach out to say, well, you can say, I hope you had a great weekend. Well, on Friday, you can start a conversation by saying, I hope you had a great week. Hope you've been well. Just looking to reconnect and see what's new in your world. You've got the holiday messages, you've got birthday messages, you've got anniversary messages, you got bad weather messages, and you got the project launch script that you're going to dust off, and you're going to use this one a lot because it creates immediate results and it creates urgency. You can respond to something someone did that they posted and then move the conversation over to the project launch script. You can respond to a comment or an action, anything that you see. And then I'm about to launch a project to help 2 people go to the top of my business in the next 90 days. That's the basis of the project launch script. The project launch script creates immediate response, genuine curiosity from the person you use it with, serious interest, a sense of urgency. I'm about to launch a project and work with 3 people starting in May and help them go to the top of my company in the next 90 days. You know, with your experience in marketing, in sales, and in training other people, you have all the skills necessary to be very successful in my business. When we work together, would you like the details? Fast, decisive action, immediate duplication, faster team growth, and faster rank advancement. Some examples of people that went back through their connections. This is going to help you close more sales and enroll more reps. So one person, I reconnected or contacted 100 people with the launch script, and over 75 people have responded. Now, these are people that they've been connected to. Some of them they've had some conversations with, some of them no conversation. I haven't had a chance to get to everyone yet. I love this. So far, I've enrolled 11 people, and my team's on fire. It's been a long time since anyone was this excited. We all love you. 75 out of 100 people responded. 15% signed up. I sent out over 100 messages over 2 days and 87 people responded. I showed the business to 50 people and they've been all 15 of them. 8 are building the business, 7 are now customers. I think this was my favorite. Thanks to your launch script, I have more people to talk to than I can believe. It's better than your happy birthday script. I sent it to 150 of my connections on LinkedIn and 90 want more information. I showed the business to over 60 people and now have 12 business partners and 9 customers with the help of my upline. He called me on New Year's Eve and wanted to know what I was doing. Now, just because you're connected with somebody, there are some additional qualifiers that you have to use. You can't just send this out to everybody. I wish I knew about the launch script 3 years ago. I enrolled 8 people between Friday and Monday. Thanks to you, I rank advanced. Now, we also have holiday scripts with posting strategies that, again, can start conversations almost immediately. Now, the holiday scripts create more likes, comments, and shares, create more conversations, more opportunities to introduce your business, creates better rapport with your prospects, increase awareness of who you are, the perception that you're an expert to your niche audience, and appreciation of your influencer status. What you post makes you an influencer to all the people that see it. Now, here we are in April. We've had some interesting holidays. Today is Denim Day. And on Friday, we have Arbor Day, we have International Dance Day, and on Saturday, International Jazz Day. And so we can use GIFs, moving images. Today is Arbor Day. Today is International Dance Day. I just found out that today is International Dance Day. I thought you'd like to know. It's been a while since we talked. That's all it takes to start a conversation. And Saturday, International Jazz Day. And then you're at the end of the month. Now look at May. Now I'm bringing up May because there are holidays the first week of May that you're going to be able to use over the next 2 or 3 days. One is World Laughter Day. Then on Tuesday, we have World Tuna Day, National Teacher Day, National Prayer Day or Cinco de Mayo, National Nurses Day. Now, nurses make great candidates for most of your business, as do teachers. Then, of course, we have the Kentucky Derby Day on Saturday, and the big one is Mother's Day. Now, they've got other holidays. I'm looking at National Chocolate Chip Day on the 15th. National Rescue Dog Day. I mean, there's just so many. National Brother Day, National Wine Day on the 25th. World Turtle Day, lots of opportunities. End of the month, you've got National Burger Day on the 28th. National Biscuit Day on the 29th. And then, of course, we're coming into the Memorial Day weekend at the end of the month. You can also post motivational quotes and images that, again, will be appreciated by your particular audience. People respond to you faster when you post a moving image. On LinkedIn, you post some motivational quote, people react and respond. That gives you the opportunity to start a conversation. Same thing on Facebook. Now, conversations start with your response to a like, a comment, or share. Leads become prospects, and prospects become business builders or customers. On LinkedIn and Facebook, you can easily connect with someone. Genuine, solid relationships are developed quickly with effective conversation and engagement based on what you post. Now, the key to using my strategies and scripts successfully so you close more people in less time is to simply use them with the right qualified people. Closing more sales is less about selling and more about listening and solving problems. So if your prospect doesn't have problems that can be solved by working with you or doesn't feel like they need your product, it's a waste of your time and effort to continue to talk to them. The reason most people fail in sales or network marketing, lose a lot of money and time, is they try to sell their product or opportunity to the wrong people. You don't have time over the next 3 days to waste your time with somebody who is not a serious prospect for your business. As soon as you start a conversation, if they're not responding the way you want, if the conversation is not going the way you want, stop talking to them and start talking to somebody else. So remember, you can't fit a square peg into a round hole. And you can't sell filet mignon at 2 cents a pound to a vegetarian. So the fundamentals to closing more sales, and they're simple, are these. Have fun during the process. Have fun. Since prospecting and recruiting is something you must commit to doing every day, why not make it fun? Make it a game to get your prospect to respond. When you're not having fun, your prospect can tell. They're not going to have fun either. Fall in love with the process. You have unlimited access. 840 million professionals on LinkedIn. 2.8, almost 2.9 million people on Facebook. You choose to talk to people based on your perception of who you think they are. You're looking for people that fit the profile of someone that you know would be very successful in your business. You know that before you even start the conversation. As the conversation moves along, getting them to open up and talk to you, it's a game. When you ask people the right questions and we give you the scripts, they come back and they pour their hearts out to you. They tell you stuff about themselves that, frankly, you don't want to know. TMI. If you're talking to somebody and you can't get them to talk, it can be a game to get them to open up and talk to you. Why are we bothering? Because we know from the basis of their profile and what they do that, my God, this person would be amazingly successful in my business if I can get them to look at it. They need what I'm promoting. So, are you nervous when you talk to a prospect? Are you afraid of being rejected? Are you afraid of what people might think? Do you experience massive anxiety towards the last minute of your presentations? Is that you? Are you so nervous that you do a lousy job of closing and no one ever joins your business? This is all going to go away. I promise you, it all goes away. Over the years, I've watched introverts. I've watched people that didn't like people, that didn't like talking to people, became the life of the party. Because every time you ask a question, initially you're afraid to ask the question, but if 9 out of 10 people come back and answer you, it builds up your confidence. Show your prospects how you feel. People buy with emotion and then justify their purchase later with logic. You may have all the cool benefits and features, but that's not what gets people to sign up with you. Always lead with emotion. People will be more drawn to you if they feel like you're excited and passionate about what you're selling. And it's got to be genuine. 4, assume the sale. Assume that they recognize the opportunity and they're ready to get started. Don't just show someone the business. Assume you're about to launch a huge team with your prospect. Answer these questions, because these are the questions that are going on in the mind of every prospect that you talk to. Does it work? Can I do it? Will you help me? Now, the answers to these questions are buried in the scripts. These are the questions every prospect has in the back of their mind. And before you go for the close, they have to have confidence that, yes, it does work. Yes, they can do it. Yes, you will help them. To be successful in network marketing is a team effort. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Answer these questions during your presentations, and you'll have a much higher closing ratio. Close early, close often. Don't keep dragging out the conversation. When the presentation is over, don't keep trying to sell after you've made the presentation. Go for the close. Ask for the order. Closing often means if they have objections, answer those objections. Then close again. Be sold on your products and services. You must be passionate about what you're selling. If you're not, go sell something else. You must be so passionate and sold on your own product or service that you feel like you're doing them a disservice by not correctly showing them why they need your product or service. Remember that while sales is a numbers game, the numbers are in your favor. When you first start talking to people that you think are prospects, you qualify them in order to find out the ones who are open to learning more about your business. Since you have so many prospects to choose from, you only want to talk to the most qualified ones. Identify and select great prospects. Business filters are the green M&Ms. Unhappy network marketers are the yellow ones. Blue M&Ms are happy network marketers that are looking for another business, and the reds are customer. Identify and select them. Qualify them by asking good questions and close the qualified prospect. The numbers are in your favor because you know in advance, before you even start talking to these people, they need what you have. When you know in advance why their profile and their daily activity that they most likely need and want what you're selling, the law of numbers works in your favor. So when you're talking to a prospect, their answers to some simple questions during a casual conversation will move someone through your qualifying process. They don't even realize you're doing it. When you qualify your prospect properly, by asking the right questions at the right time, you'll talk to fewer people about your business, experience less or no rejection, and close more sales. Now, successful people believe in the law of averages because the law of averages says that if you do something often enough, a ratio will begin to appear. For example, if you talk to 10 qualified prospects and one says yes, then your closing ratio is 1 out of 10. You'll notice that your closing ratio tends to continue as long as you're talking to equally qualified prospects. For every qualified prospect you talk to, your closing ratio 1 out of 10. Now, in sales and marketing, this is referred to as a conversion rate. The easiest way to increase your conversion rate is to talk to better qualified prospects and increase your closing ratio to make it 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10. So as you're talking to people, a lot of them are going to drop off. You're not going to go for the close to everyone you talk to. You keep talking to the ones that appear to be good prospects, that are following the scripts, that are answering your questions. The ones that drop off, drop off. So by the time you get to going for the close, you know they're active. You know they need what you have. Sometimes you have to show them why they need it. The key for everyone in sales is to keep talking to even more qualified people and to increase your chances to increase your closing ratio and your conversion rate. Now, during your conversation with a prospect, you want to catch their objections before they bite you and overcome their concerns without making things awkward or feeling like you have to be even more convincing with your presentation. By asking the right questions to learn more about your prospect, you can turn every no into an enthusiastic yes without being pushy or feeling like you're selling to them, which is why before you talk about your business, you want to know what their experience in network marketing is. When you know enough about your prospect from their profile, their daily activity, and their responses to your question, you can then pre-frame your business, product, or service as the only solution for them to solve their problems, so they eagerly buy what you're selling. And once you get into the routine, once you get into the pattern, oh my God, it's not hard, it's fun. You keep going with the people that go with the flow. You stop talking to the people that don't. Now, you must avoid network marketing language that negatively and automatically triggers resistance from your prospect and can actually cause them to stop talking to you. In some cases, they'll unfriend or discredit you. Unfortunately, there are millions of people on network marketing that are using old school methods that frankly are turning everybody off. Now, Will's here, and we've been working together now since October, and great example of how this process works. You just have to engage. Now, the more people you're connected to, the more results you're going to have. So after our first coaching call, within 72 hours, he was the #1 recruiter in his company. Following the scripts, following the posts. It's exactly like you said to me. Since last week, I made 2 posts, generated dozens of easy conversations by following the scripts word for word, generated a dozen sales. My activity made my entire organization curious about what I'm doing. Resurrected a few of my dormant distributors. When you do these things on Facebook, many people, many family members, many people that you know, some of them you may have even told about your business last year, they get curious. What are you doing? Why are you making all of these posts? But and again, I don't share these to impress you. I share these to impress upon you what you can be doing. But I love the testimonial that he called in with.
I do have a great quick testimony. Just sponsored a new individual. I've actually got a member of my team on here who's one of our newest 6-figure earners, Melissa Brower. So I wanted to give her a shout out. She just hit 100K in this company. She's already done it before, but this is the most fun we've had. And a young lady I just sponsored who has 0 network marketing experience. I taught her just a few of the techniques that you taught me, and she's already like #7 in recruiting in our company right now. I just saw her name on the leaderboard tonight. So I was like, wow, I got to tell Max. So it's really cool. I just wanted to tell you, man, everything you're teaching, it works in real life. And we all appreciate you so much.
Brand new to network marketing. Brand new. Follows a few, which is, by the way, this is a really a great testimonial to Will as a dedicated leader. Because when you bring people into your business, what you're going to be able to teach them to do is going to help them move through the process even faster. Bring somebody into the business, help them start making money right away. Help them talk to people that are going to be open and interested in what they're doing. They'll love you and they'll stay in business with you. So I guess it was about 4 weeks ago when Will called in, and he was coming out of a convention. And the thing about this little clip was, here he's driving back from the convention. He's got a couple of his team members in the car. They're on their laptops or maybe their tablets, and he's giving them a couple of things to do, and they're talking to people while they're driving back from convention. So listen to this.
What's going on, Max?
The big question is what's going on with you?
I'm driving, so I want to share this quick testimonial in case my signal cuts out. I'm headed out of Vegas right now. Had a great time in Las Vegas. You know, I was in your boot camps and we were doing the private coaching. It was amazing. I'm actually working with 2 of my team members right now. Jonas, how many conversations you got going on right now based on that technique? Like 5. So one of my guys who's in the car right now has 5 conversations going on. Oh, I'm sorry, make that 6. Make that 6 about his business right now, and had 0 yesterday. Everybody who's on the Zoom, Max is the guy you want to work with. This is one of the trainers in network marketing who actually has stuff that flat out works in real life, not the latest, greatest ClickFunnels, shiny guru stuff. You want the real stuff that works. Max, last time we talked, I think that was the #6 earner in the company, or #5 or something like that.
5 or number 4?
Number 2 right now. So we've got a little bit ways to go to number 1, but I just wanted to thank you personally for just really giving us and my organization, the 1 or 2 tools that we really needed, especially from a conversational flow standpoint, things of that nature, to get to that level. So
you're all heading down the same road. It all starts with adjusting your profile, making yourself visible. Okay, now I want to skip ahead here. I mean, we've got all kinds of examples. First post, 12 conversations, more than 3 people. The first 4 days, he's up to 7. His first week of boot camp, he signs up 4. Now, attitude is everything in sales. So if you can't transfer your enthusiasm, belief, and genuine conviction about your product or service to your prospect, you're not going to close many sales. Your prospect will be more persuaded by the depth of your passion, conviction, and personal story than they'll be by the deal you're offering. People do not buy cold, hard facts. They buy warm people benefits. Facts tell, but stories sell. One of a dear friend who we reconnected with last month, Renata Lundberg, who was the top earner in her company for 17 years. And then in 2020, October, the company just pulled out of the business. She started over. Today, she's a top earner in another company. She's made millions of dollars. Great line. She says, people move at the speed of trust. People move at the speed of trust. To be a successful network marketer today, you must first be passionate about the company you're working with and the products they produce. Passionate to the point where you tell people about them even if you weren't getting paid. Your prospect will only join your business when they believe that they can become as passionate as you are and they clearly see the opportunity for themselves. The secret to closing more sales and avoiding rejection are simple. Stick to the scripts, follow the conversation and the answers you receive, not necessarily the script, and always, always, always focus on the other person. Show your prospects why they need what you offer. And you will become a top earner when you talk to enough of the right people. There's no shortage of people to talk to. For the next 3 days, we want to be focusing on people that we're already connected to. That if you're going to use a project launch script, they have got to have the experience. They've got to have the aptitude to be successful. They don't necessarily have to have a large number of connections on the social network, but they've got to have a large number of connections in the real world. As you talk to your prospects, you want to learn as much as you can about them and capitalize on that information. Optimistically ask questions to identify your prospect's problems and lead the conversation and the prospect to make the decision that you want them to make. That's the Socratic method of selling. Don't argue with your prospect about anything. List their objections as you get them. Develop a list of the answers to all of these objections for future prospects. You should have a list of all the potential objections that you're going to get that, frankly, as you're making this list, you're going to share them with everybody that you bring into the business because they're going to be experiencing the same thing. Study and learn how to handle each objection. Role play with your team members on how to handle objections so you can become comfortable with all of them. Never argue with your prospect. Yes, you can win the argument, but you will lose the sale. Getting into an argument is the last thing you ever want to do. During every closing session with your prospect, you should be prepared to deal with any of their objections that they throw at you. Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. The will to succeed is important, but what's more important is the will to prepare. Success depends upon previous preparation, and without such preparation, there is sure to be failure. Now, these are examples of quotes that you could be posting every day on Facebook and LinkedIn that will resonate with the people that you're talking to. Find out what your prospect needs to solve their problem and show them how they can solve their problem by joining your business or by using your product or service. Oh, Joe, well, the good news is it was not a stroke for sure. But I got to tell you something. So you've never fully recovered. You've still got some partial paralysis. How long ago was it? And frankly, I got to tell you, let me unmute Joe for just a second, make it easier to talk. 4 years ago. Well, man, I'm doing everything possible. I mean, I got to tell you something. Today I had a acupuncture session. I mean, I'm doing everything, but you're right. At least it wasn't a stroke. Now, if you don't believe that your prospects are the losers when they don't buy what you're selling, you're selling the wrong product or talking to the wrong people. The best way to deal with objection is to deal with them before they occur, which is why you want to ask what experience have you had with network marketing, what network marketing companies have you worked with before you discuss your business. Because you're going to make consistent sales is to stop selling. Instead of pushing for the sale, ask your prospect questions, make statements, and help your prospect talk about their problems so you can show them that you've got their solution. So let me give you 8 essential tips when you're going for the close. This will generate consistent sales without objections. 1, adopt the mindset of a mentor or an advisor. The best network marketers, closers on a social network are perceived to be mentors, trusted advisors, and experts. That's built in to the headline on your profile. You're all social media experts. You're all home business coaches. Studies show that over 70% of people conduct research online before they consider purchasing anything. You must build a level of trust with your prospect before they will buy from you. People move at the speed of trust. Thanks, Renata, for that. Now, you should always be prepared to interact with any highly informed prospect and offer personalized advice to enhance what they already know. Now, if someone has a negative opinion about network marketing, you may have to sell the network marketing business model before you can sell your company and products if they have a negative opinion of the business. So if you go on the internet and you do a search, what is network marketing, multi-level marketing, affiliate network, pyramid schemes? This is out there. And you can't be afraid of this. So in our scripts book, when you talk to anyone that has a negative opinion about network marketing or MLM, the simple truth and facts are you got better information about the subject than they do. Their negative opinion is typically based on either personal experiences, the experiences of people they know, or negative misinformation that they found on the internet about. So on page 34 and 35, we have scripts. What do you say when someone doesn't like network marketing? You become an ambassador for the business. Now, Jerry Spence's best-selling book, How to Argue and Win Every Time, shows you the secrets of winning arguments with everyone. You'll learn why, during his legal career, he never lost a case in a courtroom before a judge or jury, and how to apply his basic principles to your business and life in general. Now, Shawnee had a conversation with someone that was totally against network marketing. During one of our coaching sessions, we stepped her through it. She ended up signing up in the business. 12 years in the business, she had more success in 6 months than she had in the last 12 years. You want to listen actively and bring value to each conversation. Remember, people do not listen with the intent to understand. They listen with the intent to reply. Now, successful network marketers are great listeners and are genuinely helpful. Pay close attention to what your prospect is saying in their text messages and respond with answers and solutions that address their expressed needs. This is how you help your prospect come to the conclusion that they need what you're selling and make their own decision to buy from you. You will quickly lose credibility with your prospect if you don't answer every question that they ask you. You will not close a sale with anyone unless you show a deep understanding of their needs, or if you don't understand in detail what their problems are. Aim high, but go for the low-hanging fruit. Be selective when choosing your prospects. Seek out prospects who have the skills, experience, and circle of influence to be successful, in addition to their clear and obvious need. On LinkedIn, they make it easy. Be disciplined. Keep an up-to-date prospect list. Group your prospects into categories: good, great, and hot prospect. This will help you adapt your strategies, posting actions, and follow up efficiently. Communicate with good prospects once or twice a week with posts. Great prospects 2 to 3 times a week. And your hot prospects, you need to be sharing posts with them almost every day. Manage your time diligently. Pull the weeds from your garden. Identify the people who will never buy from you. Stop talking to them and focus your energy on the people who will. Now, be ready to respond to objections. You have to be prepared to handle objections immediately when your prospect comes up with them. During the closing process, your prospect may have read online reviews about your company, product, or service, or they may compare your company with another company or compare your products against those offered by competitors. Assume they've done research and be ready to respond to any concerns or reasons to resist buying. And know your next step. Every time you talk to a prospect, you should have an end result in mind. Where do you want to take your conversation? At what point will you make the transition to talking about your business and ask them about their networking experience? You must always know whether you can take this further or you're just wasting your time and energy. Have a plan. Now, there are 5 reasons people will not buy from you. And when you do it correctly, none of these are going to interfere with your conversation. First, they feel they don't need what you sell. Now, if somebody feels they don't need what you sell, then you have to do a better job of showing them why they need what you sell. And we've got some great examples of people, conversations where someone said, it's not for me. And then we turned around and showed them that it was for them. They don't have any money. Now, you've all heard that if they see the opportunity, they will find the money. It is just as easy to sell a $2,000 package as it is to sell a $150 package when you're talking to the right people. That's why the first question you want to ask someone is, what do they do? Now, if you're talking to somebody and they don't have the money, talking to somebody, they're out of work. They've been out of work for an extended period of time. The question, well, how are you surviving financially, is an important question. When you talk about your business, they will see the opportunity if they feel it's within their grasp, within their reach to talk to enough people about the business so that they can recoup their investment and start making money right away. They're in no rush to buy. Well, if people don't have a need, we're not going to talk to them about the business. They do not want what you're selling, or they don't trust you. over a period of time, every one of these can be overcome. If not, my God, you've got plenty of people to talk to. So we have case studies in our scripts book, how to show another network marketer your business. What do you say to somebody that has previously failed in network marketing? What do you say to somebody that says they've been approached by a lot of people? Thanks, but it's not for me. I don't like the auto ship. These are all examples that you can almost follow word to word, but you have to modify them for each particular prospect. Now, when it comes to closing a sale, if someone is looking at your business, it's your job to help your prospect see why they need your opportunity. If you're not in the convincing business, you're in the sorting and listening business. So no matter how great your company, product, or pay plan is, over the last 26 years, I've seen thousands of well-intentioned network marketers completely ruin their results by making the one big mistake that kills the deal. It never fails. I see it in every boot camp. In fact, it's probably the single biggest mistake that you can make when you're speaking with any prospect, whether it's on LinkedIn, Facebook, or on the phone or in person. And when you make it, it's like stepping on a landmine. You blow yourself up. Now, there's almost no second chance when it happens, although we've come up with a second chance, which is you're talking about your business too soon. And so we now have a strategy where you can retract a message that you regret sending. Biggest mistake is when you talk to a prospect before you know enough about the prospect. Your intent should be not to sell, but to identify and solve their needs and problems if you can. The earlier in your conversation you start telling people about your business, the more likely you're going to experience objections and rejection. Focus on your prospect, not on making the sale. When you're trying to sell something and close the sale, it's really easy to focus on what you want, closing the sale, because that's what's important to you personally. Thinking that way, however, alienates your prospects who want you to put their interest first. Putting your prospect first increases the likelihood the prospect will buy what you're selling. Know that your product, but sell its relevance. People often wrongly assume that selling consists of telling the prospect about your wonderful products or opportunity. Unfortunately, prospects often can't translate features and benefits into something that's relevant to them. Closing the sale consists of exposing why they need what you offer. Pitch the solution, not the product. When working with your prospect, you don't want to provide them with a solution, or you want to provide them with a solution that fits their needs. Don't try to push something on someone that won't benefit them. Handle objections. If your prospect has any concerns about pyramids, the price of participation, your products, auto ship costs, or their ability to succeed in your business, proactively address their concerns. Listen to them and validate their concerns, then ask additional qualified questions and respond thoughtfully. This is where you would use the feel, felt, found strategy. Now, ask for the sale. Once you're confident that your prospect needs what you're offering, it's time to ask for the sale. Make your prospect feel comfortable, but don't be afraid to communicate any urgency you might feel to moving the deal forward, which is where the project launch script is amazing. Assume the sale with the assumptive close. The assumptive close is the sales tactic used to close the sale. Assume that your prospect recognizes the value of your products and the opportunity, and they've already agreed to get involved by saying something like, when would you like to get started? Or when should we begin getting you started? It's a little bit of a manipulative tactic where you assume the sale and act like your prospect has already decided. Here are some other examples. When would you like to get started? When would you like to receive your first order of our product? What starter package are you going to go with? If you have a credit card available, I can help you get enrolled now. You would be amazed at how effective these are. Sales closing questions are used to seal the deal. Questions require direct answers that will help you better understand how your prospect is feeling about getting started in your business. Unless you have any more questions or concerns, I think we're ready to get started. Now, what you're doing is you're leaving the door open for them to get more information while making it clear where you stand. If you've done your job surfacing and resolving objections through the sales process, your prospect will answer with something like, no, I'm good. I think we're ready to go. Now, here's an alternative close. On a scale from 1 to 10, with 1 being not at all and 10 being right now, how ready are you to get started? Any answer under 6 means you got a problem. Ask, why is that? What do we need to, anyone that says 7 to 9, what do we need to do to get you to a 10? When someone says no to your first question, no can mean yes. After everything that you've seen and heard, what reason could you possibly have to miss out on this great opportunity to achieve your goals? Now, remember that you could type this in a message and send it to somebody. It's not like you have to be worried about you standing in front of somebody, but when you do it often enough in a text and you get the right response, it's going to build up your confidence where you'll start using them on the phone, face to face. Tell me your thoughts. To gauge how ready your prospect is to get started, say, tell me your thoughts. What are you thinking? If they're looking for the metaphorical pen to sign on the dotted line, they'll usually say so. If they're still unsure, you can hear some hemming and hawing. This gives you the chance to figure out what's holding them back without trying to close too soon. When do you think you'd like to begin your training, working with me, begin your company orientation? Now, this question will get your prospect thinking about the end result, even if they aren't committed to enrolling. And their answer will let you know if their timeline for working with you or their interest has changed. If your prospect is stalling, this is one way to continue moving the deal forward by getting the prospect to think ahead. Now, let's wrap this up. It's just as easy to close a $5,000 sale as it is to close a $200 deal. What's their investment? What are their tax advantages? And then it comes down to what's their return on their investment. What do they have to do to recruit their initial investment? How many people do they have to bring in? When you're ready to ask for the order and close the sale, stay positive, assume the sale, like we talked about. Deal with any questions and objections as stepping stones to the sale. Ask more questions, and the more questions they ask and the objections they make, the better. Do not try to close before you establish in your prospect's mind significant value for what you're selling. And ask the following closing questions in sequence and pay attention to the answer. As you ask these questions, don't speak. Wait for them to answer. If you speak before your prospect answers any of these questions, you won't close the sale. First person who speaks after a closing question is asked is a loser. You win the sales game if you remain silent. So here we go. What do you like about the business? Do you have any questions? Do you understand how you make money? Do you see an opportunity for yourself? And when would you like to get started? Now, it's all about how you talk to people. Eli was building his nest business. It's one of my coaching students. And after 3 sessions, he had it down. So we still had 4 hours left. So we said, I'm an insurance adjuster. Maybe you can help me with some strategies. You'll notice on his cover, there's a picture of his living room underwater. Post things that will attract your target market. Engage the people who respond to whatever you post. Ask a series of questions to qualify everyone based on what it is you're trying to market and sell. And ask, do you own your own home? One answer can save time and rule out a prospect. Has to be a homeowner. Provide benefits prior to asking if there's any interest. Then schedule a convenient time to talk. And when you talk to enough of the right people, anything is possible. He ended up buying a new house. At the top, his old house is down below. And those strategies that he used in 4 months over the summer, he generated $170,000 in sales. Our coaching sessions changed his life. Now, I've got a number of really great examples and testimonials. I need to skip by them. It's not about how many friends or followers you have on Facebook. It's not about how many connections or followers you have on LinkedIn, or how many people respond or react to your articles, posts, blog posts, shared videos, or what you say. It's about how many people you're talking to about your business every day. It's about the number of presentations you're making every day. And it's about how many 3-way calls you're having with your upline. It's about how many 3-way calls you're doing for your new recruits. It's about the number of sales you're making. It's about duplication. It's about the growth of your business. It's about retention. How many people got into your business in January, February, and March? Are they still in your business? What have they done? It's about the money you're making. It's about having a growing business, and it's about making more money than you're spending. So stop buying leads if you're buying leads. Leads are free. It's about results. Now, again, I'm going to skip these, and I really want to get to our current promotions, okay? You want to solve the problem you solve, not the product. Don't practice until you get it right. Practice until you can't get it wrong. I love this quote from Jim Rohn. Success is not to be pursued, it's to be attracted by the person we become. That was the quote on my profile in AOL. Attraction marketing can reduce or eliminate rejection. There are millions of people out there right now waiting to buy from you. Attraction marketing gets results fast. Remember, it's not what works, it's what duplicates. If you say the wrong things, you'll chase people away. Mark lost 100 pounds building his isogenics business. He made this post. I'm ready to help 3 more people lose 30 pounds in the next 30 days. Sign up 25 customers. I says, Mark, it's just as easy to get business builders. And after a couple of coaching sessions, sign up 3 new business builders. Knowledge is power, but it's not power until it's applied. Now, my next boot camp starts on May the 12th. But you could go to maxsteingart.com/bootcamp, use the promo code Big Deal, and that'll drop the price to $98. Now, this special promotion is going to end midnight Friday night. Our 2-day top earner retreat is May 20th and 21st. And the best training deal that we offer now is go to maxsteingart.com/retreat combo. Get a seat in the May boot camp. Get a seat in our 2-day top earner retreat. And pick up our 90-day game plan. Get all 3 for $279. In our 2-day retreat, we're going to teach you the things that they don't teach anywhere else in network marketing. We're going to teach you the 10 secrets that network marketers never talk about. We're going to teach you how to bring big hitters into your business. Now, if there's anybody here that is interested in my coaching program, please type coaching and put your phone number in the chat window. And one of my staff members will reach out to you tomorrow. Okay, anybody have any questions? Well, you got the next 3 days. Stan, I don't remember when our next session is. I think we scheduled it for call into the office. I think we scheduled it a week out. Okay, let me pop on here for just a minute and let me look up Christie. Christie, do you see yourself on here? I you see your profile here? Well, we go back to 2009. Now you're in the December boot camp, but you're not coming up on LinkedIn. Let me see if I can find you on Facebook. Now, Christy, I'm noticing, I'm looking at your Facebook page and the posts that you're putting up here are limited to just your friends. So you really need to open those settings up. Anyway, sometimes people can talk and sometimes they can't. So again, I will be back. Tomorrow night is our last session of boot camp. So for those of you that are participating in boot camp, we'll see all of you tomorrow. Remember, there's still an opportunity register for boot camp. The better deal is retreat combo. We will talk to all of you next time. For those of you that are interested in coaching, write to support@maxsteingart.com. Put in the headline coaching. Catch up to all of you tomorrow.